believe I am now recording. Everything looks go. All right. Hello, I'm Glenn Sutphin. I own Glenn Sutphin Desktop Publications and Get the News Straight. I was first introduced to this story a little over a year ago. I was covering another story in FEMA Region 3, the story of Barbara Tipton Long, and her story for her fight for justice for her and her son over the horrible conditions they were forced to live in, and it was totally another equally as disgusting of a mess of a story as this one we're going to be talking about today. I bring her up a lot because without her, I wouldn't have known about this story that's taking place about this monstrosity that's been going on for 15 years unnoticed virtually. And I mention Barbara's story a lot because it proves that this isn't an isolated event, that this happens everywhere. I have my own story about what happened to me and my family with living conditions and stuff like that we're going to be covering. And it's happening all over the United States. It's happening all over the place. It's horrendous. May as well tell you the name of this hideous mess is Hidden Valley Condos. But this is one valley you just want to stay away from. Trust me. I haven't been there in person, but I've seen the photos. I did the video for it. I've done news articles on it, and it's one valley you don't want to be in. Trust me, it's hard. And yeah, I've personally contacted several people. I believe the Attorney General. I have emails I've posted in my articles on who I contacted, news agencies, and until just recently, like in the past couple of weeks, there hasn't been much going on in the year that I've covered this story, over a year that I've covered the story. Some of my qualifications, I was a surveyor, rod chainman, instrument man. I had to do plats. I did drafting. So I come from a background of I know about house locations and wetlands and pretty much what buildings look like from the ground up, from the beginning of when I went in and surveyed the property to tell them where to put the building. We did up the plats, and then they put the building on it, and we came back and made sure it was where it was supposed to be, and general stuff like that you do with surveying. And and I know all about all these little dirty deals and how they bury stuff in the ground, and that brings us to what's going on here. There was a sinkhole on the property. There was a open mine shaft. There's all this stuff that's totally wrong. And then this building appears magically, and nobody knows anything about what's going on here. And it just kind of piqued my interest, and I started looking into it. And the more I looked into it, the more I have to look into it, because the more you will find. It's horrendous. There's mold all over the walls. The foundation is cracked. One of the walls on the side of the building fell off. There's been 2 fires, I believe, in the building. A couple people have died. So, and this is a non-news event, as most media does not want to cover anything to do with anything in real life other than what they make up. So that's what got me interested in this. And you gotta forgive me, I've got a cold. So, and my interest is also helping the people have a voice. I got this story out there. I put it out into the media. I've been covering it since I learned about it over a year ago. It's been about a year and a couple months that I've been on this story. I'm glad that there's now starting to get some awareness out in the public, because this place needs to be made aware of. If it was local around here in Richmond, I would probably have already had it shut down already. But it's in Pennsylvania. It is within Region 3 of FEMA, but I'm 200 miles away, and I'm trying to give these people a voice, and I'm the only one that was giving them the voice, and I'm glad that more people are starting to stand up. I'm glad. I want to thank the producers of this documentary, and however much they want to use in my comments. I'll do another video soon on more of the atrocities that are in there. If they want, it's up to them. I'm free anytime. Well, almost anytime when I'm not covering news. So I'll leave it here for now and let this be a start, and whatever you want to use, go ahead. If you want to know more, I'll definitely record more. And thank you for looking into this. Thank you for giving this a decent look at, because it needs to be looked at. This place needs to be shut down. It needs a black hole to open up and swallow it whole. All the people need to be out of there, and they need to be compensated for having to live in that hellhole. And a lot of people like what I say, because I don't pull my punches. I tell it like it is. I tell them to their face. And, get off your butts. Get this thing going. That's my personal, whatever you want to call that. Just get up, get off the couch, and go and make it happen. Make it happen. I don't understand why this building is still existing, and when more and more people start finding out about it, I just want to see it shut down. I want to see it shut down, the people compensated, and the thing wrecked. Put it in the daggone sinkhole next to it, fill in the sinkhole with it, and forget it existed. I mean, it's not on the map correctly. It's not. There's so much wrong with this that I could write. I've written quite a few articles on it. There's volumes to write, and you would still find stuff to write about this. The people need a voice. They need to be helped, and unfortunately, this is not the only place. If this was the only place and we got it shut down, hooray. But this isn't the only place. This is a prime example of a lot of what's going on in the United States right now. And it's totally disgusting. So, like I said, use what you can of this. If you want me to record more, I definitely will. And thank you. Thank you.